Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is take 2 of my live newscast today. The first one got interrupted. We're going to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to do this news update live. So you guys will obviously let me know whether you like it or not. And if you like this new style. You know, this one will free up a little bit of time on my end because I won't be having to, edit a bunch of pictures into this. Pros and cons, I don't know if you can call iMovie editing fancy editing, but this will just be a little bit easier for me, free up my time to do some other things. So hope y'all are enjoying your morning cup of joe, and I will be your live newscaster this morning. So anyway, let's get into it. First thing I want to discuss with you guys isn't so much news. Well, it's about me, so damn right it's news. But anyway, this has to do with my Amazon affiliates account. I got an email yesterday from Amazon telling me that they deleted, with no room for appeal, my affiliates account. They just wiped it off the map. They broke up with me, basically. So the reason they did this is because I had a universal Amazon link. And what that is that I actually took Amazon's homepage and I was able to connect that to my Amazon affiliates account. And then, as most of you know, I had a link under my videos and I'd tell people to use it now and again. And this link would take you to Amazon's homepage. Whatever you would buy through their homepage in your cart, I would get a very small cut of that. They found out that I was doing that. They deleted my account. Now here's the thing. Of course, nobody ever reads the full user agreement to see what you can and can't do, but I saw a lot of other people doing it. Other YouTube channels and independent bloggers and whatnot, so there's a warning for you guys. If you are doing it, they can delete your account. And also, I saw plenty of blogs and videos online actually teaching you how to do it. So, I don't know if I actually broke any rules or not. Maybe somebody was just scanning my account, they had some eyes on me, and it gave them a very easy reason to cut my shit. Don't know, but anyway, that's no longer a thing. So, you guys can't really use that link anymore. I'll have to find a few other ways to support myself, devote more time and energy into my projects. But, it's not like I really want to be doing business with Amazon anyway. So, it's just, still got bills to pay, still got to put food on the table. So, it was nice. It was nice while it lasted, Thanks, guys, for the support for this summer. And on that note, thank you to everybody who has supported me through Patreon. I'm probably going to be utilizing that service more, doing more exclusive stuff for them as an incentive for you guys to sign up with whatever amount you can, $1 a month, $10 a month, whatever it is. And also appreciation, just appreciate everybody who is signing up through that, do more stuff there. And also the webinar that I'm doing. A lot of you guys have signed up already. Thank you all for doing that. It's Sunday. I've had a few questions on that. It's going to be Sunday, not Saturday. Sunday the 22nd at 11 o'clock. And yes, everybody who signs up will get a recorded video version, recorded MP3, and a transcript of it all sent to them. So I'm telling you, this will be packed with information. So if you are going to join me on that webinar, make sure you bring your notebook. But anyway, on to the actual current events of geopolitics. Speaking of the CIA, this is a story that I saw circulating around the mass media yesterday, so it seems like it's a meme they're trying to imprint into our consciousness with. But this specific headline comes by way of the Washington Examiner. It says, if Mike Pompeo, the CIA director, the current one, leaves, Trump should replace him with the Amazon CEO, speak of the devil, Jeff Bezos. So, not sure if you're aware of this, but you can connect the dots on your own here. Back in 2013, Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post to the tune of a $600 million CIA contract. So, not much more needs to be said about that. It's quite obvious what the Deep State is trying to do here, and I'll let you connect the dots on your own with that one. Quite likely it won't happen because everybody knows that Amazon is bullshit. Darn you, Jeff Bezos. And anyway, also on the topic of the CIA, CIA sucks, right? The CIA, this article comes by way of ZeroHedge.com. The CIA urges Trump to delay the release of 3,000 never-before-seen documents on JFK's assassination. And they're trying to delay it for about 25 years at least. That piece of information comes by way of Roger Stone, the political analyst. But it kind of leaves no doubt in the mind why the CIA would want to delay JFK assassination documents. Because who's it gonna implicate, and who will it give credit to? The conspiracy theorists. They don't want to give any credit to conspiracy theorists, obviously, so they're trying to delay the release of it. And there's obviously many reasons why JFK was assassinated. Executive Order 11110, he was trying to get us off the Federal Reserve dollar. There's the UFO phenomenon. He was a very avid proponent of UFO transparency. There was a couple very interesting documents that were signed just a week or two before his death, where he was actually trying to expose some of the Black Project truths. So that's probably, in my mind, the main reason they killed him. Everything else was just icing on the cake. Great, we're not going to get the CIA scattered into the winds and the Federal Reserve broken up and the military-industrial complex broken up as well. So many reasons why JFK was killed, hence trying to delay the release of the documents. Now let's get into some of the stuff that surprised me. I actually saw this video on the Fox News YouTube channel this morning, and the literal headline said, maybe I will go back to the old style of being able to actually edit some pictures in. That'd be nice in this regard. But anyway, the title of the video said, "Conspiracy nuts." They put a little quote around nuts. "Have a right to question the Vegas shooting." So yesterday they actually had a man on the Fox News Network, and they were discussing that Ellen DeGeneres interview of the, quote, security guard shooter, and how it literally looked so managed. And they were saying, they're very, I should say, careful not to make themselves look like conspiracy nuts. They go, "Oh, we're not conspiracy nuts. I'm not a nut here. I'm not a conspiracy nut." But then this guy goes on like a 5-minute tirade on how conspiracy nuts have a right to be suspicious. So much like I've said before, Fox News is surprising the shit out of me, and they're actually reporting quite a bit of truth. Not only did they report this and actually question the legitimacy of this Ellen DeGeneres interview that looked totally botched and managed and staged, but Judge Janine, I mentioned this in my video a couple days ago. I didn't know the name at the time, but her name's Judge Janine. She was reporting on human trafficking and child sex abuse and all this stuff on Fox News just a few days ago. So, man, it's not black and white. It's not a black and white world. There's people in mainstream media that want to report the truth. Of course, we want to make sure they report the whole truth. We want to still be skeptical, but again, have an open mind, man. Fox News, awesome. 6 years ago, I hated their guts. Back when I wasn't quite as aware as I was now, but in this moment, they're surprising me. I'm liking what they have to say. So there's that. Next piece of information this is a big one. The journalist that exposed the Panama Papers was blown up with a car bomb in Malta. So the independent journalist, her name is Daphne Galizia, if I'm saying that right. She was killed on Monday with a car bomb right down the street of her house. And she was called the One Woman WikiLeaks because she leaked a lot of the information that was in the Panama Papers about elites having offshore accounts. And what was currently going on is that she was working on a story connecting the Prime Minister of Malta and his aides to offshore accounts. So she was still trying to leak a lot of information. Obviously, she pissed some people off a little too much, and it looks like she was, we wouldn't call it suicided in this case because she wasn't suicided, but she was wet-worked. Literally wet-worked, the code name per se for assassination. So they literally took her out. Sad. sad story, but you know, the deep state body count must be a few million by now over the past few decades, you know? And this will become more common knowledge that these elite, you know, not very descriptive term for it, not specific term, but these elite give no shits, and they will take out whoever they need to get their agenda along. Now, that being said, I want to move to probably the biggest story of the day, and that is the report that came out on the Hill. Again, another seemingly mainstream source trying to get some truth out there. It's kind of spreading from Fox News lately. I'm watching the truth coming out of the mainstream media, not just come from Fox, but, you know, that being said, remember that Harvey Weinstein story came out of the New York Times, which is interesting. And then we have The Hill reporting that the FBI uncovered a Russian bribery plot during the Obama administration. This is the big one that a lot of people are looking at because it completely implicates, you know, Hillary Clinton and all sorts of collusion, and it totally shows that all of these puppets, mainly, I don't want to get caught in the liberal-conservative dichotomy there, but many of them are liberal, you know, some are conservative, John McCain, for instance. All of these people that are pointing the finger, saying Russia, 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 you know, of course, are the ones in collusion with people in Russia. And this is very funny because it's almost as if the deep state is getting a taste of their own medicine, right? Maybe some white hats or some alliance members, some people trying to get the truth out there were like, hey, let's use that Russia meme against them. If they're trying to brainwash so many people that Russia, Russia, Russia is awful, well shit, let's just throw a story out there completely implicating those people with Russia. Works like a charm, and it seems to be working like a charm because we have a congressman, is Chuck Grassley, who's actually on the House Judiciary Committee, was questioning Jeff Sessions just yesterday about this story and that uranium deal, that, you know, nuclear bribery that was occurring during the Obama administration. This guy was questioning him. So it looks like this story is going to catch some tracks. It's going to catch some traction and keep moving and hopefully be the one that starts bringing down the other stories, everything else that's connected, not only the pay-to-play stuff, but the trafficking. You know, we'll get to a couple stories about Pedogate in a sec here, but this, I think, will be a big story that brings down a lot of other dominoes. And what was very interesting to note is that while Chuck Grassley was questioning Jeff Sessions, it was, I saw an excerpt of it on C-SPAN, and in the C-SPAN excerpt, it cut right when Jeff Sessions was about to talk, okay? This was very crucial because I found an unedited version. And in the unedited version, Jeff Sessions was speaking that it was, he actually didn't want to talk. He didn't want to answer Chuck Grassley's questions because he said that it was, he felt it was, I don't know the verbiage he used, but he said he didn't want to comment on an ongoing investigation. Wow! He's literally saying right there, there's still an ongoing investigation against the Obama administration and Clinton and company, right? But of course, they cut that version out right when it aired on C-SPAN and wherever else, you know, the airing went to. So I just wanted to make note of that, is that Jeff Sessions, you know, while a lot of people are kind of questioning, what the hell is he doing? Why isn't he doing what he needs to be done? Understand, they can't out all of their plans. They have to be very quiet about a lot of stuff they do, and you know there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we aren't seeing right now. So that's just a little piece that slipped through right there as evidence of that. So there's that, and then last couple news stories that I want to share with you guys. You know, doing this live thing isn't that bad. You know, only 15 minutes in. But some Pedogate busts. There was two big ones that I saw that both occurred only within the last 7 days. So I think this is a huge sign, a huge warning shot across the bow, or a message being sent while this story is blowing up, while the Weinstein story is blowing up, and, Pedogate is going mainstream on Fox News and elsewhere. We're seeing some big busts happen. So 120 people were arrested and 84 kids were freed in a human trafficking bust in Myrtle Beach. And what was really cool about this one is the FBI director, the new one, Christopher Wray, actually commented on this. So think what you want about that, right? The new FBI director may or may not be for the American people as to being held hostage by the deep state or working for them, complicit in it, right? So that gives me hope. It's a good thing. 120 arrested in Myrtle Beach, and 277 people were arrested in Polk County, Florida. This isn't actually the first bust that happened in Polk County this year. There was another one earlier this year, but this one was 277 people. And this story was actually reported again on the New York Post. Very surprising that this story would be reported in a mainstream outlet. And also, they specifically, in the very first sentence of this article, said it includes doctors, cops, and pharmacists. So they are telling you right there, it's not just some, tattooed gang member that's into this stuff. They said it's actually well-placed people that got arrested. And that was reported in the mainstream media. So we got these two that just occurred over the last 7 days breaking at the same time all this other stuff is. That ball's just going to keep rolling. It's going to keep continuing, and it's going to get faster and faster and faster. And I'm probably going to have to relegate all the news stories I do to live updates because it's just going to be way too much. It's going to be way too much to do in one video and edit, and put out. That'd be a lot of time. So, we'll see. You guys let me know if you like this live update that I did, if you like the flow of it. I can definitely go back to being able to edit in the pictures if you want. But again, you can also look all these stories up on your own, right? Do your own effort, do your own research. All I'm doing is showing you the little bits and pieces of what I found and trying to connect them as best I can between them. And you guys go do the rest on your own. And then again, I've made this point before, we need to start sharing this information. With all of this stuff going on, with Pedogate going mainstream, Hollywood collapsing, with all of these people, in Hollywood, in media, in the music industry, in whatever the case is, they're getting more courage to share stuff, to share information on Pizzagate and whatnot. So we're so close to the end. And the Las Vegas false flag is just busting at the seams, evidence. We've got new videos surfacing every day about just completely destroying the mainstream narrative. So much is happening that it's time that you need to talk to your friends and family as much as you can, as much as they'll listen to you. Even if they think you're crazy, talk to them about this stuff. Because when shit really does hit the fan, and they can no longer deny, which it's almost there basically, but there'll be a tipping point where they can no longer deny. They'll be coming to you for answers because you are the one that, while now they might think you're sounding crazy, very soon they won't. So that's just some hope for you guys that we're very close to being there. Somebody mentioned the California wildfires. Again, that's very suspect. We've got a lot of things going on that do look like the deep state is just trying to basically burn the ship as it's sinking to try to take everybody down with them. But it's not going to happen because we've got each other, we've got our minds, we've got the power of the collective consciousness waking everybody up. So I'm off for this one. Take care, guys. It was lovely being able to talk to you this morning. And I know I didn't get to questions on this broadcast, but I just wanted to share with you a bunch of information. I'll probably be back later today or tomorrow with, a broadcast where I can shoot the shit with you guys. But hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy that information. Let me know what you think. And again, thank you for everybody on Patreon signing up for the webinar, grabbing a coaching session where I can help you with your health or building your business or whatever the case is. Thank you all basically who have been supporting me doing this. Done for this one.